Before you bring a new pet into your home, it helps to look the animal in the eyes. You want to meet it, rub its belly, hear it purr or bark or chirp, and only then can you know if the animal's right for you. As two women found out, foregoing this in-person meeting can end poorly. Shyla Bastarash and Shania Young, both from Alberta, Canada, found the perfect cute little Sphynx kittens online. After they made their purchases, however, both women noticed something strange about their new cats. Before bringing a pet into your home, it's important to do your research on where your potential new family member will be coming from. If you're going to a shelter, what history do they know about your new pet? If you're going to a breeder, are they licensed and follow regulatory practice? Recently, two women, Shyla Bastarash and Shania Young from Alberta, Canada, were looking to purchase a new feline friend. Both women, who were total strangers prior, purchased a Sphynx cat, better known as a hairless cat. The Sphynx cat is a designer feline developed through selective breeding in the 1960s. Their skin feels leathery to the touch, and the coloration also correlates to the color of fur they'd have and follows typical markings like solid, point, tabby, torty, etc. Sphinxes tend to be a more social breed of cat and display extroverted behavior. They have high energy levels, extraordinary intelligence, increased curiosity, and affection for their owners. They can be described as a dog-like cat compared to other cat breeds. So it's understandable that Shyla and Shania both wanted to add a Sphinx to their homes. Due to the designer aspect of this breed, they need to go through a breeder to obtain their new kittens. Sphinx cats are expensive and can cost up to $1,000. So Shyla and Shania separately began searching the Alberta area for a Sphinx breeder. It was difficult to find a breeder due to the expensive nature of reproducing a hairless cat, so they looked everywhere. In the process of hunting for kittens, both girls stumbled upon the website Kijiji.com, an online classified site. The price for a hairless kitten was about half of what others were asking for. It was a deal too good to resist. Both women got in contact with the person responsible and set a pick-up drop-off date to complete the transaction. They met in a nearby parking lot and paid cash for their new pet. After receiving their new pets, both Shyla and Shania noticed bumps and cuts on their cat's skin, but initially at least didn't pay it much notice. After 2 weeks, though, it was evident something was terribly wrong with their kittens. They brought their kittens to the vet, and then they were both utterly shocked when they were informed the kitten's hair had likely been removed, with a combination of a razor and the hair removal product like Nair, which was causing the skin irritation. Shyla and Shania were both confused, but sure enough, soon after, hair started growing on the cat's skin. This shouldn't happen to a true Sphinx, so the cat owners realized what the breeder had really sold them. Unfortunately, it became clear the online breeder was a scammer, and that they purposefully shaved by whatever means these poor kittens to make them look like true hairless cats. Scammers like this are quite skilled at their practice, and commonly take advantage of people who don't know any better until it's far too late. While you're stuck wondering how you were duped, they're making off like bandits. According to Canada SPCA's community manager Roland Lines, Sphinx cats typically sell for more than $1,000 each. Because enough people are willing to meet in a parking lot to exchange money for animals, the counterfeiter can expect to get away with the deception. Shyla and Shania have now turned their focus to warning others about the potential dangers of purchasing animals from unreliable online breeders. Not only is it a financial scam, but these cats were put in danger in an effort to pass them off as a true Sphinx. Nevertheless, both women did plan to keep their cats despite being a breed they hadn't expected, as the animals were completely loving pets. The women were, however, quick to warn others of the troubles they may run into when purchasing pets online. There are certainly several ways to be absolutely certain about the origins of a potential pet you're adopting. Chief among them is to adopt an animal from a shelter. That way you get the exact animal you want, the shelter can screen you, and they get to give that furry friend a loving home. It's a win-win. If a breeder's something you'd prefer, be sure to do your research first. Many breeders will allow you to visit their facility and meet with a potential parents first, before placing your name on the waiting list for an animal. More so, they allow you to meet with your new pet prior to taking them home to be sure it's a good fit. The Alberta SPCA had just one thing to say about all this. If you want to be sure you're not giving money to a criminal, a spokesperson said, I suggest you go to a humane society to adopt an animal. Don't meet a stranger in a parking lot. The two cats are well cared for and showered with love. Both Shyla and Shania have put this scam behind them to provide the best home for these fake kittens. And most importantly, the cats didn't suffer permanent damage from having their coats removed.